Boom. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing tonight? This is Dynamite Saturday Night coming your way right here from the Frontier Command Center, right up the holler. Please let me know in the chat if you're with us already. Says we got 4 thumbs up, which is awesome. Good deal. Trying something a little different tonight. We'll get into that here in just a little bit. But just let me know, how is the audio? How's the video? What's going on, everybody? There's brother Nate Hutnick. What's up there? How you doing? Hello, brother Heath. He said, I said, hello, brother Nate. Good deal. Appreciate you being here. But it's been a little while since we have done the Dynamite show coming your way. And of course, here as of late, we've been doing it on Saturday nights. So it's DSN Live. Dynamite Saturday Night. Woo! I always threw that little Ric Flair woo in there. Everybody knows who Ric Flair is. I know that. The nature boy. You got a style. You got a profile. To be the man, you got to beat the man. Woo! Miss Debbie Griland's with us. Good to see you, this Miss Debbie. Good to see you. There is she is from I never can remember Miss Debbie, but you can remind me. I know it's one of the Dakotas. I'm thinking North Dakota. Am I correct? I don't know. Oh, I tell you what, ever since I had the old Rona back maybe about a year and a half ago or something like that, get a little brain fog and you forget things. South Dakota. See, I was wrong. Boom. Boy, Alex Trebek would have not given me any points if he was still around. Of course, Jeopardy, the show Jeopardy is still around. And everybody likes, how many people out there like game shows? You know, tonight's just going to be entertaining, trying to entertain you, we'll talk about bushcraft, we'll talk about outdoor stuff, but we're talking about game shows right now. But yeah, I did like Jeopardy. Also, always like Wheel of Fortune. And The Price was Right. The Price was Right was a good one too. But good to see everyone here tonight. It might take a little while for people to get notifications. Maybe, who knows, we might not have a whole lot, just a small crowd tonight. Who knows? But it's all good. Miss Debbie says, like it. Good deal. And as people start coming in, we'll get into why maybe things might seem a little different tonight. If you notice, there was no intro music. We were trying something different tonight. Got the background behind me of different things that we always like to show off. Guys, there's the coonskin cap you've seen me wore on occasion. All kinds of great different things there. We got our library of great survival and prepping books, things like that. Not just being out in the woods, guys, but prepping, preparing at your homestead, at your home place, your home base. You know, and then there's also things like bugging out. We can talk about that. Yes, Nate, there. We're going to get into that too. We're going to talk about my little buddy, Corey. Please, Nate, I'm not sure if anybody, okay, yeah, he did say coming in loud and clear. So Nate let me know, loud and clear, and the visual is looking good too. There's Brother Clay Johnson with us tonight. Good to see you, Brother Clay, who's right here nearby me in East Kentucky. And we're just, as a crow flies, not far away at all. Daniel Johnson joined us. Good to see you, Daniel. Appreciate you being here. You finally made one. That's good. The thing is, Daniel, we haven't been doing a whole lot. We've had a lot of space in between live streams here on the channel, but we're going to get into that some more as the time rolls on here tonight. But, you know, it's good that you're here. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate each and every one of you that's here tonight so far. And it's going great. Make sure you do hit that thumbs up, though, if you're popping in to say howdy or whatever, or just maybe see let's go see what Heath's doing. If I don't like it, I'm going to head on out. Well, hit that thumbs up anyway, if you can. We always like to hit that thumbs up. You know what? I think, in my opinion, the thumbs up actually helps better than anything when it comes to the algorithm of your channel on YouTube. Brother Paladin Soup Bean, my other brother hillbilly right there. Hillbilly pride going nationwide, my friend. That's right. That's a quote from Mr. Soup Bean right there. He is also from here in East Kentucky, and He is also a moderator and a group expert over there on Facebook on Frontier Survival Friends, our Facebook group, along with Clay Johnson. He's a group expert as well. Miss Debbie is a moderator and a group expert, and Brother Nate as well. And there'll be others that'll show up here tonight that have a part in that group as well. So that group is doing good. We'll go ahead and talk about that a little bit, and then we'll get into some other things that we've already discussed just a tad bit. But yeah, the group is growing each and every day. Each and every day, there's a member or two or three or four or 10, 12 that might show up and become members of that group. And I myself, when I started it, because I'm the chief admin, along with, there's other admins as well. There's great moderators, great group experts, and it's way over 2,100 followers, not even followers, members. There we go. We got it. Members over there. And I think the last time I looked at it, 2155, which is good. It's a little over a year old, the group is. So we're growing strong over there on Facebook. And we've always had a more tighter presence on Facebook as far as our digital creation, content we create, probably a longer reach on Facebook, if you know what I mean. And then we got into creating more content on my personal Facebook page, Heath Ward. And, we're throwing reels out there, which a lot of them are just kind of outdoorsy, nature type reels, just showing some things here in the eastern woodlands of East Kentucky. Shout out to Soup Bean and Clay. And like I said, we'll probably have other East Kentuckians that'll show up here tonight. There's Hunting and Stuff with J&J. Good to see you there, brother. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I hope everybody that's joining in things are looking good. Let us know. Make sure we want to continue to make sure as we roll along that all the audio, visual stuff is on point because we don't have ourselves a cameraman out there. And, there's YouTube channels that have their own cameramen or camera people, whatever. There's YouTube creators out there that have someone edit each and every video, and they're good at editing. But then there's creators like myself who just create content and try to do the best we can and be the producer, the host. Being the host is what I love the most. But there you have it. Yeah, I do like that quote though. Mr. Soup Bean said a while back, hillbilly pride nationwide. And that's just because we are true to the area that we're from. So that being said, if you're not from East Kentucky, that's no problem whatsoever, because right here, the power of positivity is what we believe in. So we appreciate you. If you're into self-reliance type stuff, bushcraft, survival, prepping, homesteading, that's pretty much what this channel is. It's all those rolled up into one with a little crazy, wild country boy, hillbilly entertainment. The best we can. Virginia, my good friend, Virginia Woodsman Bushcraft. Good to see you. Guys, you can check out Virginia Woodsman Bushcraft. I guess they got a channel. They got a presence here on YouTube. They got a big presence over there on Instagram. I'm a follower over there on Instagram. So if you can find their link, or if we got a moderator in the chat that can drop links, they can do that as well. But good to see you, Virginia Woodsman Bushcraft. Awesome. Me and him talk a little bit about raising chickens over there on Instagram, and he raises chickens, and of course I'm raising them this year for the first time in a while. I'll say that. I mean, we've raised them before and had a few back a few years, and then we took a few years off of handling chickens, and now we got a few more back, and things are looking good there. The chickens are laying real good right now, especially as spring has come along, and they lay real decent through the winter, actually, even though, because they're young chickens. They're not even actually a year old yet. They won't be a year old till just maybe a few more days, something like that, like May 13th. Hey, you made it. That's right, brother. So how is everyone tonight? seems like we're getting a little shake there on the camera. I'm not sure what the deal is. Of course, guys, we're just using the webcam that's built in on the little laptop we got going on here. And it's just a Chromebook. Anybody out there familiar with Chromebooks? I myself just getting a start in it, but yeah, you know. But okay, we'll go ahead and get on into some more stuff that we planned on talking about tonight. But if y'all haven't noticed, there's nothing that has to do with StreamYard on the screen. So I'm not streaming from StreamYard to YouTube tonight like I usually do. And when we do that, at times we can bring guests on or something like that, maybe have a panel of guests. We can show the comments on screen, things like that. That being said, what we're actually streaming from to you right now is straight YouTube live stream right on YouTube. So, that's just a little surprise for you. Some of y'all might have known that. I have told some that might be here with us tonight already before I even actually done this. But yeah, we're just streaming straight to YouTube tonight. We're looking right on YouTube in the YouTube studio. And I see the live chat right here on my right. And it seems to be running pretty smoothly to me, I think. I think so. What do y'all think? What do y'all think about that? I mean, is the StreamYard experience better than what's going on right now? Or, I mean, that might be what most might be used to, but we wanted to try it this way because, we didn't have any intro music or anything like that, like we kind of do sometimes on StreamYard. And it's pretty cool to do it that way. Miss Mandy over there in the other room, she's getting a phone call. Whoa, what's going on? But yeah, we do appreciate everyone that stopped in here tonight so far. Seems like things are. Virginia Woodsman Bushcraft said loud and clear on his end. Looks great. That's good. We're glad things are looking good. I think at one point or time through the archives of the live streams we do here on YouTube, or maybe even in the edited video, we probably had shown off this thing I'm getting ready to show you right now. And some of you might have already saw this, but this is a cool little gadget that I like. And it's traditional, like bushcraft type stuff. And that's another thing we're going to talk about later too, that, how, a lot of times channels that don't have bushcraft in their channel name or whatever that, always still are considered bushcraft. I got the survival in my name, right? Frontier Survival. So that's why I blend in a lot of homesteading, a lot of prepping things, stuff too, with the playlist here, Tales from the Holler and things. But, I do like my bushcraft type stuff. And, we got packs and all kinds of different bags. But this little deal right here, and that's leather. And that is from H&D there, Hide and Drink. That's a pretty good brand, I think. But what this is a foraging pouch that you can put on a trouser belt rig, or just a utility type tool belt, and wear that out in the woods as part of a belt rig. But that's a foraging pouch right there. We've shown that before, but to all that have never saw it, there you go. And then you have canvas coming out of there that makes a big old pouch. You can stuff tinder, you can stuff mushrooms, whatever it is you might find, and then it all folds back up when you empty it out, right back up to a small, like, little package. And then it's all up and dressed up and tight right there on your belt until you need it again. So what do y'all think about that? Anybody might have never saw that, streaming is great. That's right, Nate Huffnagel. Two brothers, bushcraft and survival. See right there's a channel. It's got bushcraft and survival in their name. Hot dog.
Hey, calm down.
Miss Mandy's telling old Heath here, old hillbilly, to calm down. What's up with that? I don't know. Y'all probably heard her. Oh, there's Mount Keppard Outdoors. Said, sorry, I'm late. Well, brother, you don't need to apologize. You're never late. Never late. Evening two. Oh, two brothers. I got you. Hello there, Dutch. But yeah, of course, I did mention this to Dutch earlier in the live stream. What we were talking about, Dutch, is how right now we're streaming straight to the YouTube, not through StreamYard and then into YouTube or any other type of streaming software, just using YouTube. Oh no, what's happened? Oh, I think we've lost it. Something happened. I think I lost it. Oh no. Oh no. There's something wrong. I don't know.
What'd you do?
I don't know. I might be actually. I think we got technical difficulties.
Wasn't meant for you to do one.
Are we live, guys? I don't know what's happened here. Let's see. Boom. I can't hear anything. Yeah, I think I'm live. I think something's going on here. Oh, no, no. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me? There's something we have. Well, I tell you what, I don't know. Seems like there's some kind of. Yeah, I know. Okay. Oh. Well, I tell you what, I'm glad y'all can see me, but let me see if I can catch the chat. Let's see what we got going on here. Thank you, Dutch. Thank you, brother. Well, that was entertaining, wasn't it? Was that interesting? Because, see, to me, it seemed like that I was lagging or something. I don't know what's going on. I've lost some type of screen. But if I can still see the chat, we're good. Everybody says they can see me. That's good. Sorry about all that awkwardness if that was going on. But yeah, we were just talking about what we were going to do, what we were doing as we rolled this live stream out, as far as um, you know, going straight live with YouTube. And here I'd done something. I swiped across the laptop and it took me back to my, my main screen and off of, actual YouTube. And I'm like, oh no, what's happened? So is there any type of lag? Okay. Clay Johnson says good audio. Nate says, okay. Yeah, I know. Thank you. Thank you, doll. Here we are. We were showing off the hide and drink thing there. We were showing that. And then talking about how we're just straight here on YouTube, and boom, can't figure out what happened after that. But there you have it. Now we're good. I think we're good. There's Miss Natalie. How you doing, Natalie Blackfeather? Hello, everyone. She says, thank you. Virginia Wisman Bushcraft saying hello to Natalie. Miss Debbie. Hi, Natalie. Good deal. I wish I could figure out how to get it back to where I was at a while ago, because what I'm seeing here is lagging behind. Right now I'm doing these fingers, and I don't see it here until right now. So we got a lag as far as what I'm seeing, but as long as everybody's cool, we're all satisfied, things are going on, we'll continue to roll on here tonight. Daniel said, someone call Mandy and tell Heath everything is good. Well, I tell you what, somebody needs to call me. Oh boy, brother Dutch, he grabbed a hold of it. He grabbed the bull by the horns. He said, oh, there's something going on here. We got to help this boy out. Everybody's saying hello to everybody, but I'm glad everybody's here tonight, and most of y'all stuck around even after that foolishness. What in the world? What in the world's wrong with that boy? There's David Bradley. David Bradley, you missed some stuff. Oh, you had to watch that Derby race. Yeah, go Kentucky Derby. You know what is a Kentucky Derby? A couple minutes long, something like that? Somebody let me know. It don't last long. What if you went to go watch the Kentucky Derby, and then all of a sudden, right by the time it started, you got a big gut pain or something. You said, I got to hit to the bathroom, and then you missed the whole thing. You know what I mean? It don't last long enough. But I guess the events, throughout the Kentucky Derby, is real good. And maybe who knows what goes on up there. I never did fool with that part of Kentucky really, but I have watched a Kentucky Derby at times on television. Yep. 2 minutes. David Bradley, we had some technical difficulties here. I thought I wasn't live anymore, and I was continuing to be live the whole time, and here I was panicking, trying to make sure everything was good. And so you missed some of that, but you know what? We won't cut none of that out. We even might make a little remix video of that. That'll be funny. What do you think, guys? Dutch Mount Keppert Outdoors says a derby is great, and I agree with you. Those little derby hats, they were always cool. You remember those? I know it was a man's hat, but they called it derby. Isn't there something called Derby pie that might have to do with the Kentucky Derby? But that's one thing, though. I mean, even to my friends here that's with us tonight, we failed to mention, but everybody knows that Brother David Bradley is also from right here in East Kentucky. But the Kentucky boys in the house, y'all know, and probably a lot that's in the chat here know that. I mean, Kentucky is known for thoroughbred racing and different types of racing. Even like the buggy horses and things like that. So, um, you know, that's one thing Kentucky's known for is good old thoroughbred horses, and a lot of different horses too, like racking horses and walking horses and things like that. That said needs to get to somewhere for an event soon. Linto? Brother Nate saying hello to Miss Natalie and thanking her for invite to the page. That's awesome. Good deal. But we were also talking about Frontier Survival Friends before all that stuff happened there. And we'll continue on rolling on with that. But like I said, the group's growing strong. Tonight we got people over there that are part of that group as far as within the inner workings of things, as far as what gets approved, what doesn't get approved, who gets approved, who don't get approved, things like that. Because, not too long ago, Frontier Survival Friends, for the most part of its existence, was a public group on Facebook until one day it started getting spammed with some crazy stuff and you couldn't hardly keep up with it. And it was just like videos being shared by people from overseas, mostly, I would say probably somewhere in the Philippines or something. I'm not sure. But with that being said, it was like bushcraft type videos, them building shelters, things like that. And it was just spamming. Like every so often you get it. And then somehow these people got in there, but they were just participants because they never did join. Well, then I started blocking people. And then I said, you know what, heck with this. We're just going to make this group private. It's big enough now that, you might as well do that. And a lot of people agreed with that decision. And, the thing is, that's what it is. There's no going back from that. You stay private once you go private. But like I said, even though it's a private group, people are joining every day. So there's an update for you. We were talking about game shows earlier. What's everyone's favorite game show? Sound off. Past, present, whatever it might be. Another game show I used to like too that came on, I'll go ahead and chime in on this, that, came out in this era of the 2010s, whatever it might have been, was Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is that what it was called? And then the one with Howie Mandel, or is that the same one? The one with Howie Mandel. Someone tell me what that one is, or is that Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I can't remember. I think the one I'm talking about, we just Philbin, but you're right. Mount Keppard Outdoors, a great active Facebook group. There are a lot of good active members there. Now, like I said, there's 2,000, over 2,100 members at this moment, but not all those members are active. I will say that. But, that's how it kind of works, say in the YouTube channel or say in the Instagram following, whatever it might be. Not all those followers, not all those channel members or subscribers or whatever they are active as far as watching what you put out or coming to your live streams. So that being said, I got close to 1,500 subscribers right here on YouTube, but I know they're not all active. Here most recently, we've talked about the nature shorts and stuff, that outdoor nature shorts we've been putting out. We're getting views on those. That's hitting the short shelf. That's hitting nothing but shorts. And some of them are getting decent views. I put out a video showing off the Baco Laplander folding saw with a Bucket Boss tool pouch that we sell in the hardware store I work at. That one's got close to 2,000 views. I know there's videos out there that get way more than that, but heck, that's a great feat to me. That is, to be able to hit that in such a short time on a short video, long video, whatever. So it's cool. It's cool. We're going to have edited content coming your way. We got gear reviews. We got a stack of gear reviews we're going to do real soon. That's going to be pumping out one after the other. Um, we are we're just going to roll stuff out. Short videos, reels on Facebook, reels on Instagram, posts, about this gear that we're going to do reviews on. And these review videos won't just be on YouTube; they'll be on Facebook, they'll be on Instagram, and they'll be in the form of a reel or even maybe some longer form type video. Because we got the Frontier Survival brand page over there on Facebook as well, so we can use that platform to maybe post stuff like that. We can use the Facebook group. Go friends, go brothers and sisters. Amen. Oh yeah, get to the Kentucky to an event. Yeah, yeah. I know there's some big events going on, different things that have to do with the outdoors, whether it be hunting, fishing, bushcraft, survival, whatever it is. A lot of folks with horse fever all over the state. People love them. That's right. That's right. Um, yeah. Bob Barker's Price is Right. David Bradley said, yeah, I mentioned Bob Barker and the Price is Right earlier in the stream when we first started talking about that. Nate said, still loud and clear. That's good to hear. So everybody that's with us tonight, if you hit that thumbs up, we want to make sure. Well, I'm glad things got straightened out and we're back. We were live the entire time. I'm glad that we're back and things are rolling along. If that happened more closer to the end of the stream, it would have been a lot better as far as, I would have been like, eventually be like, oh man, what's going on? But and then I just maybe shut the stream down. Who knows? But apparently, a lot of people don't care too much for game shows. We've only had, it looks like David or Bradley's the only one that's chimed in on a game show, unless I missed someone. But yeah, I can remember watching a lot of different game shows growing up, especially with my grandparents, because it seemed like grandparents just love them and love game shows of that nature. And, the game show has been around for ages. I mean, even probably way back, maybe I would say close to the beginning of television, some type of game show of some sort. With that being said, that's something a lot of people do with their live streams. They kind of turn them into game shows, like by doing like trivia or some type of form of something like that. And maybe people can win prizes, or maybe they can win, maybe they can win a deal where they can make the host do something like get up and dance. Yeah, I mean, some of y'all have seen, your hillbilly survivalist here get up and dance before, but some of y'all probably never seen that. But if you ever want to see it before I ever do it again, you can always check it out here on the channel. David Bradley said off subject, but that's what we do best. But Heath, I've been lifting weights again since mid-January, seeing a lot of progress. Lift 4 days a week and going to add some cardio starting next week. Well, that sounds awesome, brother. Good deal. That's right. A lot of us here are middle-aged men or men reaching into their 50s or even later, and it's good to, when you get to that age and you're still able to get out and do stuff like that. So, man, that's good to hear. That's real good to hear. I myself need to start lifting weights, get back into it. I got like some dumbbells here at the house that I used to use. I still got them, but they've been put up for a while. They might have a little dust on them. We can clean them up. But yeah, that's right. That's the good thing, though. You know how you said off subject there? That's how we roll here. The subject could change on a whim. So if anybody would like to talk about weight loss or cardio, we can maybe do a little chat on that. Maybe David can share some other things that's going on, but that's cool. I like that. That's good. Mount Kempert Outdoors says, I'm 21. I turned 21 in prison doing life without parole. We always do that sometimes too. Sometimes we break out in song. Just turned 54. I'm 49 myself. Just turned 49 this past March 25th. Ah, ha, ha. Virginia Whistle said, "Now I'm the Pope, Dutch." David Bradley said, "Holler sometime and we can meet up at the Wellness Center and hit it." Yeah, yeah. The Wellness Center, that's a good place too. Right here in our hometown, guys. Of course, David Bradley, he's right here in the hometown. You know, we got Brother Soup Bean with us tonight. We got Clay Johnson, who's in close proximity, but in different counties, right? But David's right here. We've grown up. We played football together in high school. And, you know, he's got a great family, got great things going on. Just visited some places today, which had some pictures there on Facebook that look great. But, yeah, my good friend there, good brother, David Bradley. And we've talked about this before, but David Bradley also has some videos, some content right here on YouTube of him doing a cooking type show. And he does great with that. So I think maybe someone could, I'm not sure. I know, but all you maybe have to search for a Mountain Telephone TV or something like that. A person could find that. But David is a country chef. That's what I would call it. I don't know if he would agree with that. But I know he could probably cook real fine cuisine that really wouldn't be considered country cooking as well. I would imagine. He does good stuff. Yep. All right. Yeah. Happy birthday to you. He's 49 tomorrow, David. I knew his birthday was, yep, good deal. Sometimes you forget. We talked about how the Rona does to us just a little bit earlier too, Dave. I had that Rona, and ever since, sometimes brain fog hits. But yeah, on the backside of 40. On the backside of 40. Virginia Woods was laughing his honeying off. I like country food too. We talked about country cooking before at times, right here on this live stream. And one of my favorite all-time things to eat, and I've eaten them ever since I was a boy. And a lot of times you say you might get burnt out on stuff that you've eaten ever since you was a kid, but one of my favorite things is what we call them right here in my neck of the woods, soup beans. Some of y'all probably call that too. There's no doubt you do, but you can call them pinto beans or brown beans. The thing is you can make a soup bean type deal out of, you know, Great Northern beans, but pinto beans, the brown beans, is what I call soup beans. That and cornbread, maybe some fried taters. I don't put mustard on my fried taters, but Mandy does. She likes mustard on her fried taters, yellow mustard. But I myself like mustard greens, not on the fried taters, but just beside it, along with soup beans and cornbread, and maybe something we like to call chow chow. Y'all know what chow chow is? It's kind of like a pickled type relish stuff that people might can. Maybe pickle or pepper. I know it's pepper, maybe like pepper relish or something like that. It's what a chow chow is, but it's real good. Some of it could be kind of sweet too, but might have a little bite to it. Oh, I know you love beans. I know you're a bean man. And you love chow chow too. That's right. I mean, Virginia, you're right there. Brother Dutch, who's also right there in Virginia, and Miss Natalie and Virginia Woodsman. I mean, you guys are neighbors, so I know folks from West Virginia, all kinds of places. I mean, Miss Debbie probably has eaten brown beans and cornbread, but she's talking about biscuits and gravy, and that's another good dish, a good breakfast dish. But sometimes, in a lot of places, a man might eat breakfast for supper, so you can have it for dinner too. Biscuits and gravy is good, but what I like to do, Mandy, she likes to do this as well, is take a over easy egg, you know, still has some good runny yellow to it, and just mix that up, chop that up in that biscuits and gravy too. That's what we do. Throw a little black pepper on it, a little salt, not much. Oh, I know Mount Kepard Outdoors. Dutch Black Feather is a chef in his own right. Dutch can cook. I've seen stuff that he's had out there showing different things. He's good at, you know, a lot of the campfire type cooking stuff too. So yeah, good deal. David Bradley said he likes northern or navy beans. Now, tell me this: we know that northern beans and navy beans and the pinto beans will make a soupy type bean dish. Um, I was always wondering, never really did try to do the research, but what does someone know out there? What about kidney beans, light or red, that you make chili? I guess if you just took them beans and cooked them like you would pinto beans or whatever, would that do as well? Would that make like a kidney bean soup? I'm not sure. And the guys, tonight, it's the thing is we haven't live streamed in a long time here on YouTube or any platform for that matter. But we're going to get things rolling. We want to get out edited content now. So the live streams, there might just be special occasion type things from now on. Something that might just roll out once a month here on Tube, maybe even on Facebook, and maybe even throw one once a month over there on Instagram. Just a live stream, just to hang out and talk about anybody who might want to come in and chat and talk about anything we can. Red beans and rice is good. Oh, yeah, love red beans and rice. Navy beans and ham, exactly right. Those are all great dishes indeed. Baked beans. I'm a man. I'm a lover of just regular good baked beans. A lot of times people put pieces of meat and stuff like that in those, and that's good. Probably like pork. Probably like some pulled pork type stuff. And man, how many true beef eaters we got in the house that are diehard beef eaters and would love a good T-bone or ribeye steak other than, say a pork chop or even a chicken leg. When it comes to meat, guys, and I eat beef. I'll eat a steak from now and again. I like beef roast, different things like that. But a pork loin is what I like the best. I like pork probably better than anything. Then I would say chicken, but years ago, chicken would have been probably the first. But pork chops, pork tenderloin, ham, things like that on the hog. I'm a big pork eater too, and it's good to maybe to put some of that pork in them beans too, in pinto beans, soup beans. You can put bits of meat in that. You can put like say bone and stuff like that to get a good flavor going on with them. Mount Kemper Outdoors has got a good pinto. You mean as far as pintos you grow, or a certain brand, or just the way you make them? I like to try them different ways. So yeah, I'm interested. Side meat, yeah, the side meat's good. That's yeah. We know what you're talking about there. And the side meat is pork, correct? I don't think some type of like say beef tips or something like that would be good in the soup beans, but you never know. I've eaten steak 2 meals in a row. Ribeye, also love a good country or a good yeah, pork rib, awesome. Yeah, a lot of times, sometimes Mandy and I will go out. We'll go to a nice place and have a nice dinner, and I'll get maybe a full rack of baby backs. Wow! And when it comes to those, I really don't have a preference on where I eat them. What place it might be, because for the most part, everybody that I've ever tried make them pretty close in proximity. It's the way I like them, and I just leave it like that. That's just how laid back Brother Heath here is. If it's decent, I can handle it, and it don't make me like regurgitate. Then good, I'm good. There's not a whole lot of stuff out there in this world as far as when it comes to edible type food, anything like that. That old Heath here does not like. And Mandy can attest to that too. She knows I'll eat about anything. And if I've never tried it, and you've heard me say this before, if I have never tried it, I will at least try it once. Scrapple is your thing, yeah? Yeah, we talked about that scrapple not too long ago. I seen you post a picture of that. That's the first time I really heard anything called scrapple, but we talked about how it's some type of like head cheese or sauce, right? Which is good stuff. What's up? There's the Dobson Explicit channel. What'd you like about that? That sounded like freaking Chewbacca or something. What's up? The Dobson's Explicit channel. Boom. Yeah, I think I said it right. Willie Dobson, brother hillbilly, Willie. Going on. How you doing? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Boom. Fist bump to you too, brother. Liver pudding and scrapple. Liver pudding, boys. What do y'all think about that? Can you handle some liver pudding? Anybody ever tried that? Miss Maria Dobson too. Good to see you there. Brother Willie's lovely better half, I would say. I don't know if she, whatever. But I know that good to see you all. Good to see you all. But yeah, we've been talking about a little bit of everything. So if we'll give you a little condensed version. We're talking about how tonight, Willie, we're just streaming straight to YouTube. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not sure if anything looks any different. I know my background's good, but no StreamYard, no other platform, just streaming straight to YouTube from the laptop tonight. Trying things out that way, see how it works. And I think so far so good. It's been a good night tonight. We've had a few people here with us tonight, chiming in, sounding off, telling us that they're here, and which is good. We appreciate you. And that's that's number one right there, is to always tell each and every one of you how much we appreciate you. How much your loyalty means to us, that, you're here right here when you could be doing all kinds of other things, which is great. And if you're multitasking, that's even better. But we always want to come your way telling you how much we appreciate you and how much we appreciate the power of positivity. And I know some here tonight, might not agree with the power of positivity. I don't know. But, that's how we like to roll along, because we believe in the great American flag, as you see behind me. And we believe in being able to go to the woods if we want to camp. We're blessed to be able to have property nearby that we can camp on, and even go, pretty far back in the woods, the backwoods. And we still have some places that we can set up in a wooded area, and film a video. Is it too far away from the house? No, but that's all right. That's all right. That's how we all do it. I mean, is it fake when you're doing it that way? In my opinion, it's not. Some people out there will think so. If you want to do a video, say on you're a bushcraft channel, and you want to go out, you have property that you can go film at, that's in the woods, but only maybe 100 feet from the house. That's no problem. Do y'all believe that's a problem? I don't think it's a problem. Deal or no deal? All right. Are we lost here? Okay. Pork and brains, milk on the scrambled eggs. That's good too. I'm not sure if we're lagging behind here or not. Guys, someone chime in real quick and tell me what was the last thing I said. Only people that talk smack about backyard camping. All right, there you go. I know. Property camping, they don't own. I mean, and it's no big deal if you don't own land either. If you want to go somewhere, like say a state park, and be able to film something like say a gear review, so you would be able to go test out a tent or something like that, whatever it is might be, and be able to put out some kind of good content if that's something you want to do. And it don't, and this goes beyond just outdoor content too. I mean, any niche out there could, be claimed that they're doing fake videos because they're not, but I'm going to, I'm always straight with everybody as far as what I do here. I'm not, I'll tell you where I'm at, where I'm filming at. That's the thing, is this holler is so vast of places to go, even parts of the holler that don't belong to me or anybody in the family, neighbors. They still let you be able to come visit to make a video. Say, as long as there's nothing involved in, some sort of hunting season or whatever, because they'll be hunting on the land. You didn't want to be out there filming a video anyway, but a lot of times they'll let you. And, so we've got the blessing for being able to do that as well. So, and we've been talking about it. We've been putting shorts out there on that as well, talking about Eastern Woodland Adventures. That's coming your way too. We've already had a couple episodes One being with we talked about earlier, my little nephew Corey. He went to the woods with me. He didn't have no problems, guys. And if you haven't seen none of that content, check it out. But there's shorts out there of us starting a fire. There's shorts out there for just Corey, me talking to him behind the camera, filming him, and right there in the little wooded spot. Were we deep in the backwoods? No, we wasn't. But one day we will go. He's only 2, right? But he was brave enough to climb a decent incline to get to a flat area, where we were actually filming at. So, and he done good for a 2-year-old boy heading up into the woods in the year 2023. That's great. What do you think, guys? How we emphasize that year and what year it is. I know nobody, no, never hid that. And that's the thing is there's people out there that just make up stuff. Yeah, take a ride through the woods back into the red wine. We can do a live on that. Yeah, you could probably, because the thing is there's no doubt up there that a person would get cell signal enough to go live straight from that area. But guys, that's a place as well. A place right here in good old the county of Morgan here in East Kentucky. A place called Red Wine Knob. And I guess, most definitely, I guess you could get that way. David, there used to be a place where you could get the red wine from over here on Straight Creek. If you go up that big Mandy Road up past the Straight Creek Church. Well, of course, now you can't because there's people that's moved back in there. And then, that property's being occupied pretty much for the most part. What's this? Willie says, just kidding. He knows what a holler is. Oh, what's a holler? Yeah. Oh, a hollow road. Yep, holler. I know you know what we're talking about. But a lot of times, being in the woods, especially in these parts, they'll call just a little dip, say in between 2 little knobs, a holler. Just because it's actual valley between the knobs. So a holler pretty much is the same as a valley. Well, that's one too. Holler at me. That's how I tell people at work. They'll be asking where something's at, and I'll direct them or show them, what aisle it's in. And then maybe leave them beat so they can check out what they want. Then I'll say, if you need anything else, need help with anything else, just give me a holler. And it's like, Mamaw, my grandmother, who I call Mamaw, she would back in the day she'd holler at you. You'd holler at her, say, "Hey, Mamaw, where you at?" She'd go, "Yoo-hoo!" So yeah, that's a holler as well. Are you asking me if I've been losing weight? Is that what you're asking there, Willie? Actually, I guess I have. Probably a little bit. Probably since maybe the last time I've been live, probably lost a few pounds.
You got that excited about me.
I want you to listen to her. But yeah, we're down around, I don't know, I think last time I checked, 220 pounds, something like that. We were probably somewhere up around the 240 mark. At one time, I was close to 300 pounds a few years back. David Bradley saying hi to Mandy. Oh, is Debbie Grumlin behind or am I behind? She's talking about steak. She likes the steak. Yeah, I like the steak too. It's good. There's Brother Tom Ritter joining us. Good to see you, Tom. Appreciate you being here. We're doing a little experiment tonight. We had a few hiccups, but no big deal. But Tom, we're just doing a straight to YouTube live stream right now. We're just using YouTube as a platform to stream, not going through StreamYard or anything like that. No lagging. Okay. Oh, hey, it's good to have you here, Tom. It is good to have you here. Now, that being said, you know how we always only go about an hour or so, so we probably just got a few more minutes to go before we probably call it a night and get ready for our day tomorrow. But because we're going to try to crank out some more content for tomorrow. different things, getting things scheduled up. That's how we're doing it too tonight. Most recently is everything we're putting out, we're scheduling, you know, a few days in advance, getting that thing edited and uploaded, and then just schedule it to drop on certain days. Like tonight, I scheduled there was a short. So check that out sometime tonight. Give me some views on that short. It's the cats. It's the cats, another cat video from right here on the homestead, here up the holler. Uh, Roy and Sly. They're like trying to attack each other. Um, Real quick video, real quick short, probably like 12 seconds long. I didn't add any music to it, just let the effects of the raw footage just come your way. So check it out. Oh, you just got the notice? Well, that's no problem. That's how YouTube works. Some people will get to notice. Some people, you know, um, might get the notice right off the bat, and sometimes people don't. But we are glad you're here. No problem. I mean, I don't know. We're continuing on doing things. But yeah, we're going to have gear review videos coming your way. All kinds of great stuff. Oh, yours was late too? Well, I might have actually started my live stream maybe a minute late, past 7 o'clock. But, you know, I kind of lost track of time, and then I seen, oh, yeah, I haven't either. This was probably the first time, maybe my first live stream I ever did. I did that straight to YouTube. I used a laptop, um, just like I'm using now. And that wasn't all that long ago. You know what I mean? Just a year or so ago. You know, we've only been doing this on YouTube a very short while. Um, you know, before we went live tonight, I was at 1,498 subscribers, so close to the 1,500 mark, which is a milestone in its own right. But, you know, with each one that clicks and says subscribe or whatever, I appreciate each and every one of those. So you know how it works. The quality is outstanding. Mount Keppard Outdoors, Brother Dutch Blackfeather said looks like 4K. Well, you know what? If it does it look better than the StreamYard deal? And you know what, brother? We're continuing on that road to that monetization stuff. Not a whole lot worried about it. Just like doing what we're doing. We'll see what goes. If I make $20 here, $20 there doing this, that sounds good to me. Yeah, definitely better. Good deal. Tom Ritter says he thinks everything looks good. That's good. That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm glad. And we're still using the microphone, you know, our USB condenser mic. This bad boy right here. Of course, now we're talking a little bit closer. So tell me what this sounds like. Now we got the mic close, so we're not sure whether or not it sounds better with the mic close. So this is right now a good time to test this. Are we sounding funny right now with this mic close to our mouth, or is it better when it's on the table, just like so? Now testing, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You're listening to the best mix of rock and roll music. It's the Rocker 103.7 WCBJ. That was an old radio station back in the day. Oh, sounds way better where? Sounds better close. Sounds better close. Sounds better close. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. See, but I'd have to sit here and hold it. So do you hear any vibration? Because sometimes my hand shakes a little bit. I don't have it too steady. Tom Ritter says way better close. Yes, thumbs up. All right. All right. Something's wrong with Willie laughing out loud there. Well, Dutch says nope, sounds great. Okay. Clear and no echo. Was you getting an echo earlier? David thought it was fine the way it was. Hey, you know, we were just testing, experimenting. I mean, we don't have to, we're not going to sit here and hold this, believe it or not. There was an echo earlier. The whole time there was an echo. I don't know why there was an echo. I don't have anything else open. Huh. Well, that's awful to hear that there was an echo the whole time. I thought I sounded loud and clear. We're going to set that down for a while. Continue on. Oh, okay, David never heard an echo. No echo now. Dobson never heard an echo. So I think we ruled out no echo. I think there's enough votes there for no echo. But guys, you know what? I don't know. What's that? Do a ring call in for The Rock versus the Hulk. Hulk Hogan. I am a real American. Fight for the rights of every man. At one time, I was going to do a channel just on, like being a pro wrestling news reporter type stuff. There's a lot of those types of channels on YouTube that report the news and the happenings and the goings on of the different brands in pro wrestling, whether it be the WWE or the AEW or the Impacts or the ROHs. Which, of course, ROH, Ring of Honor, is now part of the AEW banner on the mic. Maybe it is the room, Tom Ritter. You're probably right. I mean, we don't have any type of really like soundproofing here in the room, so you probably gotta hit the nail on the head there. All right, we're going to do something right here real quick. And now, coming to the ring from Beverly Hills, California, weighing in at 325 pounds, The Rock. And now, coming down the aisle from Venice Beach, California, he is the immortal Hulk Hogan. All right, now we probably got echo again. I don't know. How'd that sound? What you gonna do? Oh yeah, a cup of coffee in the morning. Oh yeah, the Macho Man. Now I'm not here saying that I sound like the Macho Man all the time because sometimes I can't do it all that good. Yeah, I had the mic close, didn't I? Tom Ritter wasn't allowed to watch the WWF. Well, that's sad. Yeah, I like watching the stuff. There you go. See, that's the thing, and this is what we wanted to test out for the most part when it comes to what we're doing here tonight as far as streaming straight to YouTube. It's because I noticed that in those StreamYard ones, when we were on StreamYard, that sometimes it seemed like what I'd said to the people that might be with us that night in the chat seemed like whatever they were responding to what I would say way later, like say just, like say 6 to 8 seconds after I'd said it, like there was a lag in what I was transmitting that to them. Maybe it just took a while to get there. I don't think it's because of my Wi-Fi, because I know it's better probably if you were streaming to maybe stream hardwired, but we're just using Wi-Fi. Yep, that's right, David Bradley. Yep, we watched wrestling back in the day. We watched the WWF, which this was the original Hogan era. That's kind of when I started watching wrestling, even though before that I would watch a little bit in the late 70s. I can remember watching it sometime in the late 70s. Now, when the Hogan era started, this was kind of like 83, close to around the time when, WrestleMania, the first WrestleMania started. And I think that was 83. I could be wrong. It could be like 85. But I did watch some wrestling in the 70s, and then it was like Florida Championship Wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And these are all wrestling promotions based out of the South. And a lot of these promotions were what made up WCW later on in the 90s. See, that's the thing is, I'm no expert on bushcraft or survival, but I like to learn, and I like to throw stuff your way and help anyone else learn. If I learn something, I like to pass it on. Well, when it comes to that and what I do as far as creating stuff for here, but I really like to talk wrestling, and this gives me that avenue, even though it might just be a few of us. ECW. That's right. I liked ECW, especially when they started. And that was right there, say up north around Tom Ritter's area in Pennsylvania, in Philly. Paul Heyman, who was at one time known as Paul E. Dangerously, and he was a manager in a lot of different smaller promotions, like say Memphis territory and maybe even Mid South territory, and then became a manager in WCW way before the NWO started. Who all remembers NWO? And Razor Ramon, who was Scott Hall, who was Razor Ramon in the WWF, and then Scott Hall, of course, was his other name that he went by in wrestling, and I think probably his real name. That's what he went by in the NWO. DDP. It's me, it's DDP. Hey, yo. That's right. That's right. Um, One of my other favorite all time now, and a lot of times he gets some bad stuff, is some bad press or whatever, is Bret Hart. I always like Bret the Hitman Hart. And I think as far as what his character was, done good as far as the transition from Hogan over into that era of the WWE, which is the Bret Hart era. A lot of people call it the new generation, but Bret Hart as a champion, world champion, I thought was good until the Montreal screw job, which was when Shawn Michaels and Vince McMahon and a lot of others kind of screwed Bret Hart, and kind of made a fast finish where the ref counted 1, 2, 3 real quick. Y'all remember that finish? That's funny. Getting tired of Roman Reigns? Yeah, well, I don't know what they're trying to do there. It's either they're trying to go back old school, because years and years ago, Bruno Sammartino was the world heavyweight champion in the WWF, or at that time, the WWF, Worldwide Wrestling Federation, owned by Vincent McMahon Sr., which was also owning the Capital Wrestling Corporation, which was kind of another little brand off of that. Well, Bruno Sammartino reigned as champion for years. Now Roman is embarking on 1,000 or over 1,000 days as champion, which is a couple years or more, of course. And that's how it was back in the day. And I think they're trying to, just at least with Roman. Now I'm not, now they're introducing a new championship into the WWE, which is a new World Heavyweight Championship for someone else to win, so someone else can have a title, because they're not taking the title off Roman Reigns whatsoever. And for some reason, I thought for sure that Cody Rhodes was going to win it at WrestleMania, but it didn't happen. The Harts are royalty. You're right, because Bret Hart's dad was Stu Hart, and he was a promoter and wrestler in his own right. And he ran the Calgary Stampede up there in Canada, which was a great promotion in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Lou Albano was great. Lou Albano, who wrestled probably in the 40s, 50s with a tag team partner known as Tony Altamore, and they were known as the Sicilians. Now, Vince McMahon Jr. thought that Albano was what would make a great manager, because he was a great mouthpiece. He could talk for some wrestlers that wasn't very good on the mic. You know what I mean? The microphone, as far as what they say and how they say it. Well, so they put Albano with some of these people, like the Wild Samoans, and people that just never talked, just got in the ring and beat heads. Well, Lou Albano was a good mouthpiece, so they used him as a manager, and then he became a manager later on. And as he got older, and especially during the Hogan era, he was part of that whole rock and roll connection in the WWE. Like I say, at the first WrestleMania, when Cyndi Lauper, he played Cyndi Lauper's dad in the video, Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Lou Albano, there's some little history for you there. Probably one of the all-time best villains, in my opinion, especially in my day. True villain, couldn't be nothing any more than a villain, would be, and some of y'all might disagree, some of y'all might agree with this, but I'm going to say the Iron Sheik. He played the best villain throughout his career. I don't think he ever was nothing more than a villain, or what they called a villain in, back in the day. Or people behind the scenes, they call a bad guy a heel. You're a heel man, a heel character. And the good guys are baby faces. So what do y'all think about that? I'm not sure who's with us still tonight. Virginia Bushcraft, you still with us tonight? We've been talking about some stuff here, different things. But I'm glad that everybody else is I'll bet y'all here. We've gone a little bit over an hour, so we're rolling along with some different things. Sergeant Slaughter was good. The boss man, the big boss man. The big boss man, also known as Ray Traylor. Sergeant Slaughter was good. Attention! Rowdy Roddy Piper, he was a good voice, good, a good wrestler too. But he was one of the better ones on the microphone. Dusty Rhodes, in my opinion, is probably the all-time best on the microphone, and I would say Ric Flair too. But Dusty Rhodes was well known for that Hard Times promo, where he got on the mic and talked about the hard times. The factory workers back in the day, and how his dad was a plumber, and he was a son of a plumber. Rowdy Roddy Piper and Ric Flair, yeah. Oh, you met Piper there in Scranton? I know the WWF back in the day visited Scranton a lot, because I can remember watching what was called back in the day WWF Superstars on Saturday morning, like David Bradley talked about earlier. And then there would be a section there in that show where they would just run across some of the dates and places they were going to be, right? And Scranton, Pennsylvania was always right there on top of the list. So I'm sure the WWF rolled through there plenty of times. That's great to hear. I have seen the WWF in person myself in Huntington, West Virginia. Went there and watched them. Not too far away from Huntington. Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Ho! Y'all remember we talked about the Iron Sheik there earlier. And behind the scenes, him and Hacksaw Jim Duggan was like best pals, and they rode together to the towns, right? And they got caught with like a bunch of cocaine and stuff like that. Oh, back in the day, it was funny because people got mad in the industry because here they are together and they were supposed to fight each other, because remember back in the day, Hacksaw, he carried that 2x4 and then that American flag, right? So he was the ultimate patriot against the Iron Sheik, right? And speaking of ultimate, how many remember Jim Hillwig, who also was known as the Ultimate Warrior? Paul Orndorff hit an old lady. Yeah, you know what? That's a lot of things that would happen back then. And you know what? A lot of the times, and you probably know this, but those old ladies were actually just planted into the crowd, and they knew how to take a hit. They were actually probably, say, just older ladies who retired from wrestling, and they knew how to take a slap or whatever. That was just something I heard back in the day. Now, there might have been times where they actually hit real people. Who knows? I know there's been plenty of wrestlers get hit with different things by the crowd. But Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff was a great legend himself. Andre the Giant, at one time, was an attraction. He didn't ever have to be world champion. Why? Because of his height, he was an attraction. Like, until he got older, he got beat. And he got slammed by Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 3, right? At the Pontiac Silverdome there in Michigan. Well, of course, that was just not too long before he passed away. And he was only 40-something years old when he passed. A lot of people don't know that. But Andre the Giant, at one point in time, was billed as never could be beat. And there was no reason for him to be champion because nobody could ever beat him, for the title to change hands ever. He leveled her. Yeah, it was definitely a plant. But that's just how that was the intrigue of pro wrestling. And even though now with the internet wrestling community kind of exposing a lot of the stuff that a lot of people already knew, pro wrestling is, of course, choreographed, staged, written out, different things. It's a TV show. But even though it was a traveling TV show where they would go to different places and put on stuff live, they could do that and plant people. And then, a lot of times you would have like an up and coming wrestler and they would be like planted in the crowd for them to run into the ring and just start beating up on some famous bad guy, right? To get them over and just build them as somebody that was out of the crowd. Oh, an example of that was back in the day in the WWF during the Hogan era when Hogan Hulkamania was at its peak. Hogan introduced a guy that was billed from a place right here in Kentucky called Mudlick. And I'm talking about Hillbilly Jim. Hillbilly Jim was based on a character coming out of the crowd as a fan. And then they introduced Hillbilly Jim's different, uh, some other people that were supposed to be his family, like Uncle Elmer and somebody named Cletus, I think, something like that. Stone Cold Steve Austin, older Stone Cold, yeah. I like the Undertaker too. I like Stone Cold. I like Steve Austin back when before Stone Cold. Back even I knew Steve Austin was going to be something one day when I saw him, as a decently, new type wrestler. Steve Austin actually won when his rookie year, won the Rookie of the Year award for the Pro Wrestling Illustrated magazine. Run wild on you. That's right. There's a whole documentary on Mudlick, Kentucky. I just watched it. Well, hey, brother, if you can find a link to that documentary, send it to me there on Messenger. I'd like to check that out. Well, guys, you know what? We're going to go ahead and end it tonight. We appreciate each and every one of you. We've talked about a lot of different things here tonight, but we give you updates on what we're doing here tonight as far as why we're streaming on YouTube, just checking out some different things, doing some tests. There have been some hiccups with that, but everything seems to be running smoothly. Other updates, we got gear reviews coming your way throughout the rest of the spring. Gear reviews on some packs, some different types of carrying equipment, maybe even a small tent, different things, lights, headlamps, different things. And Eastern Woodland Adventures coming at you through the spring, all the way through this fall, different types of places we're going to show you that you've never seen before here on the channel. Deer coming up to your porch. Guess they're ready to eat. There you go. Good night to you, Tom. Great show. Thank you, David. Great showing. Good deal. We appreciate you guys, and we want you to know that you got to have drive to survive. Good night. Good night. Boom.